Okay, we're here for House Bill 1001. This creates a grant program to increase the diversity of law enforcement officers. Greater diversity can lead to law enforcement being more effective and can improve policing. Thank Representative Maycumber for leading this effort. This House Bill 1009, this expands abortion coverage to student health plans, which are offered to college students. Reproductive health services should be available to all individuals, regardless of their insurance plan, and this is especially true of young adults. This is a great win for the access to reproductive rights. Thanks, Representative Tai, for leading this effort. This House Bill 1023, this increases the threshold for non-higher education capital construction projects that require pre-design from $5 million to $10 million. This House Bill 1031, it's a compassionate and thoughtful bill that gives parents a birth certificate for when they experience a stillborn birth. Randy Akaras has championed this issue for more than 10 years. Her daughter, Pelly Karas, was stillborn in 2007. This simple act recognizes that a stillbirth is a tragic and challenging time for a parent, and that providing a birth certificate can be part of their grieving and healing process. Thanks, Representative Whalum and Senator Short. House Bill 1061, this bill helps guarantee that youth with a developmental disability can transition from foster care to the best living arrangement that meets their individual needs. Thanks, Representative Sen. House Bill 1063 offers a certain behavioral health professionals a waiver that gives them more time to get training and testing to maintain their credentials. Thanks, Representative Harris, for his leadership on this. House Bill 1072 allows legal aid programs to use civil legal aid funds to represent qualified individuals regardless of their immigration status. This bill ensures that people who are protected by our laws have an equal access to legal services. Thanks, Representative Lekanoff. House Bill 1087 repairs an administrative gap that the state experienced when it transitioned from the Family Leave Act to the Paid Family Medical Leave Act at the start of 2020. Thanks, Representative Berry. House Bill 1096 allows medically vulnerable Washingtonians to keep their health insurance so that they have access to necessary medical care. Thanks, Representative Schmidt. House Bill 1148 strengthens and gives flexibility to the Department of Health's regulatory and enforcement authority over hospitals. This bill provides greater safety and security for patients accessing care in those locations and the healthcare workers who support and care for them. Thanks, Representative Cody. And with that, we're going to take just a break here. I've just been called away for a second.
Okay.
I'll be back.
All right.
Appreciate that. House Bill 1166. This bill expands a pilot program that serves homeless college students and former foster youth college students who face unique challenges to complete their college credentials. Without family support or stable housing, these students may lack a place to stay between terms, which can prevent the student from finishing college and finding meaningful employment. This bill secures funding to support their basic necessities such as housing and food. Thanks, Representative Levitt. House Bill 1167 offers a much-needed relief to Thurston County's justice system by adding an additional judge. Thank Representative Bateman. House Bill 1170 sets a goal to dramatically increase the state's manufacturing employment base and creates a framework for private, nonprofit, and public entities to work together in achieving that goal. This will help accelerate investments in innovation, which are key components in Washington's COVID-19 recovery plan. Thanks, Representative Binky. This House Bill 1192, this corrects technical errors and removes obsolete language in the revised Code of Washington. Thank Representative Goodman. Representative Foe. This House Bill 1209 expands what we know as Good Samaritan laws, which provide immunity from civil lawsuits and for people who help others in emergency. Thanks, Representative Bernowski, and congratulations on his first bill. House Bill 1221 clarifies the definition of homeless for vulnerable children and families in the Early Childhood Education and Assistance Program and for those who receive a child protection and child welfare services. Clear definitions will help promote a more consistent analysis of the family circumstances. Thanks, Representative Rule, and congratulations on her first bill. House Bill 1225. This bill sets up a coordinating and support office at the Department of Health to further promote school-based health centers. These health centers are critical for providing needed services to students, particularly to teenagers. This bill builds on the success already achieved by many school-based health centers and promotes a community approach to youth health care. I want to thank Representative Stonier for her leadership. I think this is a really important bill. I'm glad we've got more students back to deal with their mental health challenges now, and I hope these centers will succeed. House Bill 1276 allows EMTs to work at substance abuse and behavioral health facilities and other diversion centers to provide medical intake exams so that patients don't get diverted to local emergency departments. Thanks, Representative Bernowski. House Bill 1301 helps Sound Transit address some of the unfair travel costs that are placed on vulnerable populations. Studies show that citations for not paying a transit fare disproportionately impact those experiencing homelessness, those who cannot afford to pay the infraction, and people of color. This bill tries to lighten the unfair burden placed on those populations. Thanks, Representative Fitzgibbon, who's providing such important leadership right now. This House Bill 1302, this allows 9th grade students to take college credits while enrolled in high school. The bill also caps how much each fee costs and requires schools to include information about these programs in their course catalogs. These programs save student money and cut down the time it takes to earn their degree. Thanks, Representative Berg. Fantastic progress in this regard. House Bill 1331 makes it less expensive to develop early learning facilities by capping the amount a local government can charge such a facility. This bill helps us further meet the need for early learning throughout the state. Investing in early learning is one way we can close the opportunity gap for low-income and vulnerable children across the state. Thanks to sponsor, Representative Harris Talley, and congratulations on her first bill with such a noble pursuit and something that Trudy and I have been working on for 25 years. Thanks to the representative. This is House Bill 1332, provides a property tax extension for qualifying businesses that saw significant revenue loss in the 2020 due to the pandemic. This bill will help us provide additional support to some of Washington's most impacted industries, such as hotels, hospitality, and fitness centers. I want to thank sponsors Representative Sullivan and Senator Mullet for the companion bill. This House Bill 1342, it eliminates copays for school lunches so that all pre-K through grade 12 students who are eligible for reduced price lunch don't have to pay. Thanks, sponsor Representative Berg. This House Bill 1382, it creates a pilot to streamline state and local permitting for large-scale publicly funded projects that recover salmon habitat. This pilot will also help get more of these publicly funded projects on the ground faster and improve future permit streamlining efforts. Thanks, Representative Theringer. This House Bill 1424, it will prohibit pet stores from selling dogs or cats from animal mills that haven't sold them before. Pet stores that currently sell cats and dogs will only be able to sell dogs. This bill will go a long way to stem the tide against the animal mills, which typically breed animals quickly and in tight conditions that many regard as inhumane. Thanks, Representative Whaley. Let's see, Angie, we could take some more pens here.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Signing a lot of good bills here. Thank you very much. House Bill 1426 requires educators to take equity-based education courses when they renew their education certificate. Out of the thousands of students in our education system, 44% identify as a person of color. With only 11% of our educators identifying as a person of color, this bill is one way we can equip our educators with culturally relevant education and decrease the educational opportunity gap for these students. I want to thank Representative Santos for her far-sighted efforts in this regard. It's a great first step. Obviously, we now need to recruit more educators of color as well, but this is a great piece of leadership by Representative Santos. House Bill 1445 updates the definition of pharmacy compounding to match federal definitions and eliminate unnecessary work for pharmacists who have been doing such great work during this pandemic. Thanks, Representative Tai. We want to thank a lot of pharmacists who have been volunteering in our vaccination efforts on their days off and their evenings, and we really appreciate that work. House Bill 1446 grants utilities an exemption from meeting their recent energy conservation targets because of COVID-19 circumstances. While we expect utilities to make every effort to meet these targets, the bill recognizes these events were beyond their control. Energy efficiency programs continue to be a top priority. They save customers money, support workers and small businesses who install conservation measures and reduce greenhouse gases. I want to thank Representative Fye, who's been working so hard on a host of issues in energy recently. This House Bill 1455, it requires the Employment Security Department and the Department of Labor and Industries to change how they disclose full Social Security numbers when they correspond with non-governmental third parties. This bill can provide additional protection against fraud and increase personal privacy. Minimizing the use of full security numbers is in the best interest of Washingtonians. Thanks, Representative Mossbrucker. This House Bill 1469, it increases the amount of money from $5 million to $10 million that certain charitable organizations or nonprofits can award as the grand prize during a special type of raffle. This change will better promote the raffle and engage more participants while benefiting great organizations such as Special Olympics Washington. Thanks to sponsor Representative Wicks, Congratulations to her on her first bill, and I want to thank Senator Stanford for the companion bill in the Senate. This is House Bill 1493. It grants the Employment Security Department the authority to set job search requirements for someone who is collecting unemployment benefits. This will help thousands of workers recovering from COVID-19's significant economic disruption with a more customized set of job search requirements. Thanks to sponsor Representative Sells and Senator King for the companion bill. This House Bill 1521, it helps Auburn, Fife, Issaquah, Kent, Sumner, Tukwila, and Woodinville invest in critical infrastructure and services. These investments are necessary to help Washington's warehousing districts remain competitive in the global market. These cities lost sales tax revenues when the state changed the way it sourced sales taxes. This change will help them recoup some of these losses. Thanks to sponsor Representative Enneman, and thanks to the companion bill sponsor Senator Doss. I don't want to short somebody. The signing, that was the signing. Thank you. You got it. Okay.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Thank you. This is Senate Bill 5005. This bill amends the Washington Business Corporation Act to modernize how corporations deliver notices, consents, or other communications through digital or electronic means. Thanks, Senator Peterson and Senator Padden. I think this is consistent with the e-signature bill that I sponsored in the U.S. Congress in 1994, as I recall. Any event, Senate Bill 5015 will establish a gross misdemeanor charge for someone who misrepresents an unofficial ballot collection site or device as an official ballot drop box. As a vote by mail state, it is imperative that Washington voters are not deceived about where to return their ballots. A clear, unencumbered voting process is crucial to our democracy, and this bill helps protect our voters so that their vote can count. I want to thank prime sponsor Senator Hunt, who followed in his parents' tradition, who are so active in counting votes in Yakima County. His mother, Deb Hunt, was extremely involved to make sure every vote counted, and his father did great work in the cause of democracy. Thanks, Senator Hunt. Go Cougs. Senate Bill 5016 allows all terrain vehicles that can be converted to snow use to operate under the same rules as snowmobiles. Thanks, Senator Warnick. Senate Bill 5018 changes the definition of acupuncture and Eastern medicine to include traditional and modern acupuncture and Eastern medicine therapeutic treatments. Senate Bill 5026 allows port districts or port development authorities to purchase zero or near zero emission cargo handling equipment. Port jobs are economic drivers in communities. This bill ensures that public investments in ports support the retention of good family wage employment while lowering emissions that contribute to climate change. Thanks, Senator Sullivan. Senate Bill 5046 gives injured workers an option to settle their workers' compensation claim. Workers who get injured or contract a disease while performing their duties of their job are eligible for payments for their lost time. This bill allows workers to get their settlement in a single sum, which may be the better option for some workers. Thanks, Senator Conway. Senate Bill 5068 ensures funding and access to postpartum care and support through the first year of a child's life or after pregnancy ends. This bipartisan bill not only decreases mortality rates, but it will help thousands of women who experience pregnancy-related health issues, particularly in rural areas, communities of color, and in our tribal communities. Thanks, Senator Randall. Senate Bill 5106 allows credit unions to accept public fund deposits in any county. I want to thank Senator Leas for his leadership on this. Senate Bill 5131 is a housekeeping bill that reflects the practical process for recalling an elected official. Thanks, Senator Hawley. Senate Bill 5152 provides the Department of Licensing with the necessary tools to help ensure they can protect residents' personal information from unauthorized access and misuse while supporting our partners for public safety and consumer protection purposes. I want to thank Senator Wynn. Department of Licensing requested this bill. Senate Bill 5169 allows healthcare providers to charge health insurance companies a standard national rate for personal protective equipment. As PPE prices have substantially increased in the COVID-19 pandemic, this will help providers keep themselves and their patients safe. Thanks, Senator Frock. Senate Bill 5184 requires that each K-12 school in the state has a trained point of contact for students in foster care to coordinate services and resources. Children and youth in foster care experience unique challenges which can make it difficult to thrive in school. This bill means that a caring adult will be nearby to look out for these kids and their needs. The Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction requested this bill. I want to thank the sponsor, Senator Tawana Nobles, and congratulations on her first bill. What a fantastic first bill to have to help these kids who are most in need of help. Great bill. Here's Senate Bill 5228. This bill addresses discrimination in medical care. It will equip medical students with tools to serve diverse communities and produce medical practitioners with knowledge, attitudes, and skills to counteract racism and implicit bias in healthcare. It also requires Washington's 2 public medical schools to continue or expand their health equity training. Thanks, Senator Randall. One of quite a number of bills I will be signing this year that will increase equity in our state. This Senate Bill 5284 eliminates sub-minimum wages for workers with disabilities. This bill will reduce pay discrimination and increase the quality of life for Washingtonians. The sub-minimum wage law dates back to 1959, and a community network of providers and advocates rallied alongside one another to make this important change for 2021. It's time to ensure that workers with disabilities earn the wages they deserve. Thanks, Senator Randall. This is Senate Bill 5296. It aligns the terminology in the Washington State Patrol Retirement System statute to mirror other retirement systems that adjust based on the Consumer Price Index. The Select Committee on Pension Policy requested this bill. Thanks to sponsor, Senator Schessler. Go Cougs. This is Senate Bill 5303. This allows our radiochemistry laboratory to be exempt from public disclosures. This means that the state can continue getting $750,000 of federal funding each year for this lab, and this puts us in alignment with federal requirements about public disclosure laws. This lab monitors radiation levels in the state, so we know if there are areas with elevated amounts. Department of Health requests this bill. Thanks, Senator Hunt. Go Cougs. This is Senate Bill 5325. It allows the state to deliver contracted behavioral health services to people of all ages through telemedicine. I want to thank the sponsor, Senator Muzal, and Representative Riccelli for the companion bill. Senate Bill 5347 ensures that cooperative associations can vote electronically when needed. This bill helps these organizations continue to operate in a safe and efficient manner while they adjust to doing business during COVID-19. Thanks, Senator Padden. Senate Bill 5355 better protects workers who haven't been paid wages that they've already earned. This bill creates a wage lien as a mechanism to collect these earnings. In particular, this can help low-wage workers who are victims of wage theft. Thanks to sponsor Senator Conway, Representative Bernowski for the companion bill. The Senate Bill 5356 makes clarifications and technical corrections to a bill that passed in 2020 involving public works and bidding. Thanks, Senator Short, Representative Gaynor for the companion bill. Senate Bill 5372 will help Washington's hemp farmers and processors to be more competitive with other states. This bill opens up domestic and international markets for Washington hemp and hemp-derived ingredients. Thanks, Senator Stanford. The Senate Bill 5384 modifies the definition of volunteer firefighter to support those who step up to serve our state in this way. Firefighters show immense courage to protect our homes and our communities when a crisis hits. This bill will help recruit talented volunteers and ensure they can serve when the time comes. Thanks, Senator Warnick. Senate Bill 5385 addresses technical gaps in local wage protections for airport workers. This change means that point-in-time disruptions, such as how COVID-19 decreased the number of travelers, don't disrupt labor protections. Senator Kaiser led this effort. This is Senate Bill 5425. It helps the Employment Security Department implement the latest COVID-19 response package from the federal government and ensures that Washingtonians get their benefits without disruption. These benefits are essential to Washingtonians who are out of work due to COVID-19 and the associated economic downturn. Bill was requested by the Employment Security Department. Thanks, Senator Stanford and Representative Sills for the companion bill. And Senate Bill 5431, this establishes the Rosa Franklin Legislative Internship Program Scholarship for students who participated in the Legislative Internship Program. Rosa Franklin was the first African woman elected to the Washington State Senate, and she served in government for 20 years. This scholarship ensures equal access to the legislative program since some students can't financially afford to participate when the stipend is too low. I want to thank Senator Randall, and having worked with Rosa Franklin, I can tell you this is really heartwarming to see this happen in her name. Okay. We await more good bills to sign.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Angie.